What's up everyone? John Britton from Techno Buffalo here with a review for you of the Surface 2, the sequel to the original Surface RT. Everything has changed here about the tablet, a lot of improvements, but is it worth your tablet buying buck, especially in a very crowded atmosphere? Let's go ahead and see if it's the right tablet for you. So as I do with all my reviews, I want to give a disclaimer. I use this not as my only tablet, but in conjunction with the new Surface Pro 2 and an iPad mini for the better part of 4 days. Previously, I had used a Surface Pro for about 4 months as almost my only tablet, so I was very familiar with the user interface and how the tablet performs. So before we get into Windows 8.1 and the OS, I want to talk a little bit about the hardware. The hardware is so drastically improved over the original Surface RT, I cannot overstate that enough. It is as different as the original iPad versus the iPad 3. It feels lighter, the screen is higher resolution, the materials somehow feel better. I like the gray color. The kickstand, which is a little bit awkward to have on your lap, now has a second angle, which makes it so much easier to view on your lap or on a desk. Everything about this tablet feels nice. It feels especially light. Especially if you compare it to the Surface Pro 2, it almost feels like half of a tablet. One of the issues I had with the original Surface RT was that it felt really laggy. It was powered by a pretty well-spec'd Tegra 3, but I had a hard time managing HD video and another app running side by side. Not so here with the Surface Pro 2, which has upped its game to quad-core Tegra 4. Everything on this tablet feels zippy. In fact, if you never went into the desktop, you would have no idea it's being powered by a Tegra 4. You might think a Core i5 here was under the hood. HD video plays awesomely and works great. When you want to multitask with HD video and something else, no issue with that at all. There was no app slowdown, and I noticed no lag. This is a very, very, very quick tablet. Talking about the operating system, I'm not going to sort of harp on that too much as we've covered Windows 8.1 quite a bit. But there are a few really nice things here that Microsoft has done. The first is in the camera app. You wouldn't expect that to really be that much. The camera's been improved. The pictures don't look overly awesome, but it's still a tablet. You're not going to, take this to your kid's soccer game and take pictures. At least I hope you're not going to. Do not take this out in public and take pictures. But if you do find yourself taking pictures, Microsoft's done a really nice job with the photo editing suite. It's a pretty in-depth photo editing. It takes you beyond just regular red eye and crop. You can actually do some real tweaks to images that are pretty powerful and things you wouldn't expect on lower end tablet. And speaking of lower end tablet, the starting price on this is a bit hard to swallow at $449 for a 32 gig model. If you want to up that, you can spend an extra $100 and get the 64 gig. But the one saving grace for the price per storage is that it does have a pretty conveniently now located micro SD card slot. They made it much easier to get to and the location behind the kickstand. So I mentioned things seem really quick, things seem really zippy. The tablet itself feels absolutely incredible to hold, but when you do hold it, you're still holding a tablet with a very odd aspect ratio. When you're using it on a desk with the type cover or anything, it's a really nice tablet to work with. You've got a nice big screen, but you're holding it on your lap or holding it in bed, it's not very comfortable. And it's especially awkward when you try and hold it in portrait. It just feels very weird and very tall. That's a personal preference thing. I never got used to it. I always preferred to work on this either on a desk or on my lap, but I never got used to actually holding the tablet and browsing around. So something you're gonna have to try and store before you decide whether or not this is the right tablet for you. So as I mentioned, HD video, everything works great. One thing that you're not gonna get with the Windows 8.1 RT operating system is you're not going to get a full desktop application. So you're not going to be able to use your legacy Windows apps. So if you wanted to use Photoshop or play StarCraft or Steam, whatever it might be, this is definitely not the tablet for you. You're going to want to look at the Surface Pro 2 or the original Surface Pro, which gives you a full desktop and the ability to run all those legacy apps. But you can still access a desktop. The only thing you can do with it is run a full Microsoft Office suite, which now includes Outlook. So you can have free access and give it to you right out of the box for Word, PowerPoint, Excel, Outlook, and the rest of the Office suite, which is kind of nice. And the opportunity, if you do a lot of typing or spreadsheets, or if you're a student, you want something to watch videos on, or do some heavy editing, this actually works pretty well. And there was no slowdown at all using the Office suite on the Tegra 4 processor versus using it on the i5. I'm also reviewing the Surface Pro 2 sort of in conjunction with this, and I really noticed zero difference with those two at all. One of the big issues I have with the Windows 8 and Windows 8.1 platform isn't with the hardware, it's not with the software. It's with the applications, and that's really where I started running into trouble with the Surface 2 and the Surface Pro 2. There really isn't that app support that you'd expect. Now, if you put this side by side and you base it just on the built-in applications with an iPad Air, even an iPad 4, an iPad Mini, the Nexus 7, or any of the variety of Android tablets, this stacks up really well. It performs great, video looks awesome, it's quick. There's plenty of video stores. You can watch TV shows, music, and movies. They got the Xbox Music and all kinds of other ways to access your things here. But where it starts to really fall behind from the competition is in the apps. The apps just are not here yet. Now, maybe it's because it's a relatively new operating system, but maybe it's because developers aren't seeing it worthwhile to code for the Windows 8 modern UI. And that was really a problem. Facebook, for example, just launched their Facebook app. Now, certainly you can view a lot of these applications in their web varieties, and I use Facebook on the website, I use Instagram on the website, but I would like native applications that work with this pretty large and beautiful screen. And that's just not here, and that's holding it back. On the Surface Pro, Surface Pro 2, you can access legacy apps. So there are applications for pretty much everything. Anything that's ever been built for Windows, you can pretty much use on that, but not so with the Surface 2. So I was really disappointed with that. But if you're looking for a tablet that's really high for productivity, this is probably the most productive tablet, in that range of the iPads and Nexus 7s. You can get a lot of work done with it. You're still gonna have a hard time with media creation, aside from Word Suite. But if you want to do sort of passive media consumption, or you want to create some documents, this is a really, really good tablet. It's comfortable, it's light, it's well designed, it's got a USB port, a full USB 3.0 port, which a lot of other tablets don't offer. It's got expandable memory. It's got the pretty cool way of charging using a magnetized connector. It's got incredible battery life. I was able to go almost 9.5 hours of using this tablet in between charge, and I don't turn the screen brightness down very much. I had it about 80%, obviously connected to Wi-Fi, and it worked really, really well. So it's gonna come down to what you want. If you want a tablet that can run Microsoft Office, then no-brainer, this is a great choice. If you want something that can do everything, that's gonna have all the apps and all the games and being able to check your email and watch YouTube videos, you might wanna check your app compatibility to make sure that there is an app available for the Windows Modern UI or Windows RT to make sure that's going to work for you. You might find yourself a little bit disappointed. Overall, though, the tablet just out of the box is an incredible experience, but the app selection really hindered it back, and that's maybe no fault of Microsoft, but perhaps they could do more to try and lure developers. This tablet gets a pretty solid 7.5. If it had better app support, it would have been up to the 8.5, perhaps even 9 range. I love the way it feels, I love the way it works, and I'll probably use this as a tablet in my home for a while. But if you're the kind of person that relies a lot of apps, you're only gonna have one tablet in your house or your office, you really wanna make sure that the apps you want are going to be here, or at least going to be coming in the very near future. So what do you guys think? Do you agree or disagree with the review of the Surface 2? Am I way off? Do you see a huge benefit I didn't mention? Did I leave something out? Do you disagree with what I'm saying? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please leave them in the comments or right down below. Give the video a thumbs up, it's definitely appreciated. Until next time, I'm John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo. I'll see you in the next video.
What's up, everyone? It's Ashley. Thanks so much for watching that most recent video. If you enjoyed it, please click on the word subscribe right underneath me to get tons of more tech videos from us here at Techno Buffalo. We have got unboxings, comparisons, reviews, recaps, and everything else you can think of here on the channel. If you're in the mood for more technology, just click right over here to check out some of our most recent videos. See you next time, humans.